Welcome to Codely.io. Today, we'll walk you through the steps to create coding content. First, let's talk about what type of content you want to make. With Codely, you have two main options to consider: creating a coding course or a coding class. By creating a public coding course, you can publish your creation on our course marketplace. You can share your course for free or set a price and make earnings on each sale. Creating a public course is perfect if you want to contribute to the coding community, grow your own audience, and even earn a passive income while sharing your knowledge with the world. On the other hand, creating a private coding class allows you to enroll only the people you invite, providing a more personalized and controlled learning environment. This has been designed specifically for schools, private organizations, and coding clubs. It's an ideal solution for teachers who want to personalize their lessons to the specific needs of their students and closely monitor their coding progress as they learn. No matter what type of content you choose to make, the next steps are very simple. First, you'll need to fill out some basic details, like creating a catchy title, description, and a few bullet points to summarize what your students will learn and any prerequisites they might need. After you have finished filling out the basic info, your next step will be to create a lesson plan. You can include several different teaching elements, such as units, lessons, assignments, and uploads, to create a comprehensive learning experience. A unit will help you organize and group all your teaching elements. A lesson is the core learning system where you teach your students how to code. An assignment creates graded and ungraded assessments that feature multiple choice questions, coding prompts, true or false, short answer, and more. And lastly, you can upload your own documents or share important website links to supplement your students' learning. All these different elements can be rearranged in any order you like. You can even lock or hide the elements you don't want your students to access right away, or select a start and end date to automatically open and lock within the chosen time frame. And if that's not enough, you can also import elements from other courses and classes. You can even import pre-built elements from Codely's education library, saving you time and energy as you create your lesson plan. Let's now show you how to add content to a lesson element, which is a very unique experience due to Codely's revolutionary step-by-step teaching platform. For this lesson, let's teach our students how to create a Hello World program. On your left is a file tree, which holds all the coding files for your entire coding course or class. Let's start by creating a new file called index.html. Afterwards, a code editor will appear and we can begin creating the code for our HTML document. Now, this is where Codely really differs from traditional teaching. Instead of continuing to create this lesson's entire coding program all at once, we instead subdivide the process into what we call coding steps. This allows for you, as the teacher, to incrementally build the lesson and program step by step, which in turn creates a learning environment where the student can follow along with the lesson entirely at their own pace, one small step at a time. To achieve this, we simply input the lesson's code incrementally to create individual coding steps. You may notice in the top center toolbar that it currently says step number 1. This means the current code we placed is our first coding step. Let's now begin creating step number 2 by clicking the New Step button. With each new step, we select which file we want to use. Let's again select our index.html file and continue adding on to the code from our previous step. We can first update the placeholder title inside our header. Take note of the colored highlights, which illuminate all the changes made within the current coding step. On line 6, we see our header's original code of placeholder title being highlighted in red because we replaced it with the title Hello World page, which is highlighted in green. This unique feature is called Code Compare, and it can be adjusted to your liking within the settings found in the top left corner. Now we can finally add our famous Hello World text to our body. We should then build and run our program to see how it's looking. In the bottom toolbar, select the folder which contains the files we want to compile, then click Build and Run. It works, but it looks kind of boring. Let's spice it up by adding some styling to our Hello World program. I feel adding styling should be a whole new step, so I'll start by creating step number 3 and then make a new file called styles.css. We can then throw some styling code in here and explain it using code comments. Now, code comments are great, but if I really want to go the extra mile and explain everything to the students, I should create a voice note, which lets us share a quick thought or provide in-depth audio commentary on exactly what is happening inside each coding step. I'll also embed this helpful YouTube video discussing CSS in greater length. And lastly, I'll add a text note to share a helpful link with the students. It is also easy to edit previous coding steps. You can edit and add audio or video to your coding steps at any time. Plus, if you are feeling confident, you can enable Pro Mode to allow editing code of previously made steps. Just be aware that changes made to older steps do not affect future steps. Okay, our example program is almost done, but we have to link our CSS styling to our HTML file. For step number 4, I will head back into the index.html document, link my CSS file, and add my custom class. I'm also going to add an image to really give it some flair. We can do that by uploading an asset, which will provide us with a reference URL we can copy and paste into our image element. Now let's run our program. And voila! Beautiful! And while our Hello World program currently works well inside our root directory folder, it's not well organized sitting there, especially if we start adding more files for future lessons. To amend this, simply create a new folder, then drag the files I want inside. And this sums up how to add content to a lesson. Let's not forget to save our progress and return to the lesson planner. In addition to lessons, we also have assignments which allow you to quickly build assessments to test and reinforce the learning concepts. Just select a question type, then type in a query and its corresponding answer. We even provide a wide range of template questions to help build your assessments even faster. You can also adjust how heavily each individual question is weighted against the total possible points. Let's make this short answer question worth a bit more than the others. Now for our final question, we will add a coding prompt. This unique question type unlocks the ability to seamlessly prompt your students to build a coding program as an assignment question, which allows your students to submit their program's coding files for review and grading. Now that we're done adding questions, we can adjust the settings for this assignment. Here we can set the total weight value and also increase or decrease the default weight for each question type. For example, we can make multiple choice questions worth twice as much. You can then set a time limit. Adjust when students can review their answers. Set the number of attempts allowed, and if each retry keeps previous answers. You can even adjust if a student is allowed to save their progress and finish later, or if the questions are randomly shuffled. And this sums up how to build a Codely assignment. We plan to create even more question types in the near future to expand your options even further. Let's now save our progress and close this assignment to return to our lesson planner. Once you're satisfied with your lesson plan, you can begin sharing your content. If you created a public coding course, you can write a short credentials bio for your listing and then publish on our course marketplace to start reaching students from all around the world. Or, if you created a private class, you can begin enrolling students by entering their Codely username, by generating a one-click enrollment link, or by sharing an easy-to-type-in code. You can also add additional co-teachers and assistants who can help build your lesson plan, monitor your students' progress, and grade assignments. After sharing your content, you can continue to engage with your students by sending out important announcement messages that display directly on their homepage. You can also manage your private chat rooms, which allow you and your students to ask questions and share ideas within your course or class. You can select between viewing the general chat room or one for an individual lesson, which is a great way to see if any of your students are struggling in any particular spot. And if a student needs some help, you can send them a direct message to give them additional assistance. And lastly, under the Tools tab, we offer dozens of additional helpful tools to build and manage your newly created learning environment. Explore these tools on your own, or view our advanced tutorial video for even more helpful tips and tricks. No matter if you create a public course or a private class, Codely provides all the free tools you need to build and deliver high-quality education on any device without needing any software. Start teaching today and inspire the next generation of coders with Codely.io.